He is a former federal prisoner who served time at 11 institutions of various security levels in 5 different states, and he now advises people who are about to go to prison. Same information? Are they saying it was possible?
Hey, real quickly, all that commissary stuff, he's not getting any of that because people in the SHU have an abbreviated list.
On my MTV out. Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
It sounds like you're referencing a dramatic turn of events in Diddy's life. If you're imagining this as a way to emphasize his potential downfall or current struggles, it paints a vivid picture. Are you following a specific case or event that's bringing this vibe, or are you crafting a storyline? Let me know, and I can expand on it or help develop it further.
Jail is terrible for anybody, but for someone who's used to having people wait on them hand and foot and never stands in line and always, gets front row and gets the best table and get to have the exact opposite. What a life-changing moment.
Wow, this is quite the dramatic setup. It feels like a scene straight out of a gripping documentary or expose. You're weaving in tension, mystery, and just enough intrigue to keep the audience hooked. Are you crafting a narrative about Diddy's rumored special treatment in jail, or are you working on something bigger, like a piece about celebrity privilege in the justice system? If you'd like, I can help flesh this out further. Maybe dive into the guard's claims or build up the atmosphere of MDC even more. What direction are you thinking?
Your bed with a 1.5-inch mattress, no pillow, and you also have a locker. So you basically have 3 feet by 5 feet to move around. So you have a basic 15 square feet. It is a horrible, horrible place.
What's really happening behind those bars? Is there more to this story than meets the eye? Get ready, because we're about to dive deep into the rumors, and if there's any truth to them, things are about to take a shocking turn.
The music mogul who once traveled by private jet to all those mansions is now in a jail that is notorious for its bad living conditions.
Sean Combs, more famously known as P. Diddy or simply Diddy, has experienced an extraordinary fall from grace, now living as inmate number 37,452D54 at New York's Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, in Brooklyn. Once a symbol of extravagant wealth and relentless ambition, Diddy is now enduring conditions that starkly contrast his previously lavish lifestyle. The MDC, often described as hell on earth, is a far cry from the world of luxury he once inhabited. Instead of exclusive white parties filled with A-list celebrities, models, and opulence, he now faces brutality, squalor, and a life-threatening tension within the harsh realities of a high-security federal detention center. Diddy's descent began in September 2024 when his carefully curated empire was shattered by a series of devastating allegations. Prosecutors charged him with racketeering and running what they described as a criminal enterprise tied to numerous offenses, including allegations of sexual misconduct and financial manipulation. For a man whose billion-dollar empire spanned music, fashion, vodka, and more, this marked not only the end of an era, but a personal and professional implosion that the world has been watching closely. Once a cultural icon and the epitome of opulence in the 1990s and 2000s, Diddy is now navigating a nightmare from which he cannot escape. Reports from within the MDC paint a grim picture of his life behind bars. Sources indicate that Diddy is being held in isolation, purportedly for his own safety, which means he is confined to a tiny cell for 23 hours a day. Isolation offers him protection from the general population, where high-profile inmates are often targeted, but it comes at the cost of complete solitude and intense psychological strain. His life now revolves around strict control, with every movement watched by guards and monitored by cameras. Simple acts like exiting his cell require heavy restraints, including leg irons, belly chains, handcuffs, and an escort of at least 2 officers. While this level of security ensures some physical safety, it also magnifies the emotional toll of incarceration, leaving him with little connection to the outside world apart from brief visits from his legal team and family. Life inside the MDC is nothing short of bleak. The facility has long been criticized for its inhumane conditions, with inmates reporting freezing temperatures in winter, stifling heat in summer, unsanitary showers, and pervasive mold. The infamous Special Housing Unit, SHU, where Diddy is reportedly being held, exacerbates these issues. Here, natural light is non-existent and cells are illuminated by harsh fluorescent lighting. The sparse furnishings include a bolted-down iron bed, a thin mattress barely an inch and a half thick, and a combined sink toilet unit. Meals, delivered through a small slot in the door, consist of cold, unappetizing food, far removed from the gourmet cuisine Diddy once enjoyed. Breakfast typically includes powdered scrambled eggs, cheat bread, and sweetened juice, while lunch and dinner are often unrecognizable mystery meats or processed hot dogs. Former inmates have even reported instances of maggots in the food, a grim reality for anyone, let alone someone accustomed to dining at the world's most exclusive restaurants. Despite these conditions, Diddy's wealth provides him with slight advantages. Access to the prison commissary allows him to purchase snacks, coffee, and personal hygiene items, though he is limited to a budget of $160 every 2 weeks, a meager sum for someone who once spent millions without a second thought. The commissary offers a small reprieve from the monotony of prison meals and provides some semblance of control over his environment. However, this financial privilege does little to shield him from the harsh realities of incarceration. The daily routine in the SHU is monotonous and unrelenting. Diddy is required to make his bed, clean his cell, and maintain the sink and toilet, chores that might seem trivial but are necessary for survival in such an environment. These tasks, however humiliating for someone accustomed to having an army of staff at his beck and call, offer a structured routine that helps stave off the crushing monotony of solitary confinement. Even so, the psychological effects of isolation are profound. Nights in the SHU are eerily quiet, broken only by the occasional scream from other inmates. Sleep is often restless, as the thin mattress and lack of a pillow offer little comfort. The stark contrast between his current conditions and his former life of luxury, a $40 million mansion with spa-like amenities and expansive rooms, only serves to heighten the misery. Diddy's legal team has been vocal about the deplorable conditions at the MDC, describing them as inhumane and arguing that the facility is unfit for anyone, let alone a high-profile inmate like him. They'd have filed motions for his release on bail, offering a staggering $50 million bond, but the judge denied the request, citing the severity of the charges against him. This decision ensures that Diddy will remain behind bars until his trial, which is set for spring 2025. In the meantime, his lawyers are working tirelessly to build his defense, focusing on discrediting the accusations against him and presenting evidence that they claim exonerates their client. One of the most contentious aspects of the case involves a series of intimate videos featuring Diddy and his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, referred to as Victim 1 in court documents. Diddy's legal team argues that these videos, which were reportedly produced and retained by Cassie herself, depict consensual activities in a long-term relationship. They claim that the footage shows no evidence of coercion, threats, or mistreatment, directly countering the allegations of misconduct. However, critics argue that such claims fail to address the power dynamics at play, with some suggesting that any perceived consent was the result of fear or manipulation. Meanwhile, life inside the MDC continues to pose challenges. Reports indicate that Diddy is struggling to adapt to the hostile environment, with fellow inmates allegedly expressing resentment toward him. In stark contrast, another high-profile inmate, Luigi Mangione, accused of murdering United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, has reportedly gained the respect and camaraderie of other prisoners due to shared grievances about the healthcare system. While Luigi's popularity has helped him navigate the brutal prison dynamics, Diddy finds himself increasingly isolated, further compounding his mental and emotional strain. The juxtaposition of their experiences highlights the unpredictable nature of prison life, where status and wealth on the outside mean little. For Diddy, the man who once ruled the music and fashion industries, the transition from opulence to squalor is a humbling reminder of how quickly fortunes can change. As he awaits his trial, the world watches closely, divided between those who see his incarceration as long overdue justice and those who question the ethics of the prison system itself. What are your thoughts on Diddy's situation? Do you think life in prison is pushing him to the edge, or is this simply the harsh reality of facing justice? Share your opinions below, and stay tuned for more updates on this unfolding case.